Welcome back to the class, everyone. Today we are in our second match of the second week of 3v3, which means we're right in the middle of it. We've actually been doing really well. We've won 4 out of 4, and we'll see if we can keep that going today up against Brightness Man. So a little bit of a look into his roster to see what he's got going on. Pretty similar to our last opponent. He has 129 relic levels that we do, and then everything else is pretty darn even. I think we even have like the exact same GAC Omicrons, down to the letter. Every single one is the same, so we're very even there. Mods are pretty even down the board as well. It looks like we have them beat a little bit in the lower areas. Plus 25s for the most part seem to be the same. And then he adds he has 100 relic levels over. So pretty even roster. Oh, I think actually one big difference he does have. Yeah, so it'll say it right here as far as meta fleets go. He has more, and that pretty much means he has profundity. So I think that's going to be his big advantage. We'll see. We'll see how getting to fleets go. That seems to be a shakeup with the Datacrons that are currently out there. So speaking of which, he has quite a few nasty ones right on the bottom here. So he's got Lord Vader Thrawn. He's got Rey, armor and stuff. I honestly think Vader probably still just squashed this like we did last round. And they've got JML that we'll have to deal with here. Hopefully that'll be a little bit easier given the sides don't look too rough. His top wall doesn't honestly look hard. I think he's just kind of giving that one to us. I mean, there's Malgus and Qui-Gon Jinn in here, and Adrad actually did ruin our day last match, but at the same time, I think ours is a lot harder than his, so we actually haven't changed anything from last time. I really like this defense. Lord Vader, JMK, and Rey, especially Lord Vader with the Datacron, and then we have Dash with the Datacron up top well. So I'm hoping our defense pulls it off for us, because I don't know if we're going to be able to do as well on offense. But that being said, let's go ahead and give it a try. Alright, so we're going to be starting off with our Fennec versus Lord Vader. This is a pretty straightforward fight. The big, and I think this is really going forward, this is going to be the best defensive lineup, is Royal Guard and Thrawn. Because if this happens, you just lose. If they open up with a Fracture onto Bam, you can't get the Cleanse, so you can't get Contract, and then your Fennec just kind of has to eat 18 dots and dies. So definitely misplayed on this one. I think I was a little bit overconfident, no pun intended there, because last time we did it, it actually went really well because they kept fracturing Fennec, and fracturing Bam was just a loss. So I think if we are going to do that again, I might just assign crew to it as a pre-taunt just to make it past the first fracture so that we can kind of get things going. Go ahead and take in our Vader solo here against the Rey. This is a little bit risky. My potency isn't very high in my Vader. We actually changed that during the stream just to get him a little bit higher up there, because we're not landing that many debuffs on Rey overall. I used to run Vader under Palpatine, so I didn't really run much potency on him because he would get so much from there. But ever since taking him off, or really ever since Starkiller came into my account, that's never really been a thing. So we're gonna have to do this from now on, and it's, as you can see, this is going really well. We do have to time this correctly, though, so that we don't accidentally put Rey into damage immunity, because if she goes into damage immunity, then this whole thing is over. We don't have the level 9 Datacron yet for Vader, where he gets the revive. That would be very helpful if we did, but we don't. It was kind of last priority between the major 3 level 9 Datacrons. This is going okay-ish. We've got Rey through bonus protection. We're starting to get through her protection now. She does still have crit hit immunity, but she's sitting pretty much right on 50% health. So whatever we get there, we need to be very careful. So again, starting to get it down, always making sure to basic code it, because that can't be resisted because he's a Jedi. We're getting really close. She's got about 28 debuffs, and I was contemplating whether or not we cull now, or we go for one more Force Crush, and there's people on both sides of the chat, and I made the wrong decision. I listened to the wrong side of chat, whatever you want to call it, and we went for one more Force Crush, put her in damage immunity, and now we just lose. So we lose, and we probably just don't full clear entirely now, because I don't have enough Galactic Legends to beat his Galactic Legends, and an off-meta counter like this is very important. So we do go ahead and call Armor just for fun. I guess that'll make it a little bit easier to take out if we do come back against it with something else. And yeah, now Rey's going to get ult. We don't have the revive. There's no way we're tanking it, so we just lose there. That's a bit of a bummer. So now, I'm not really trying to get down out at Lord Vader or really that Rey. I just need to make sure that we can get ships down, and see what we can do from there, because it's not good, but it's the best that we can kind of do in the situation right now. And this fight is honestly pretty hard to lose, even with the really good, this is the like super good Datacron. Like, this is the perfect Datacron for Malgus. They have the cooldown, as you can see, for the level 9. The level 6 is the one that adds a bunch of offense for like Shaak, Fear, and Doubt and whatnot, so they're doing a lot of damage. And then on top of that, they've even got the the good level 3 that does like percent health damage per debuff. So really, this is like the perfect Malgus cron, which is very good for them. And honestly, I'm curious as to what the outcome of this entire match would have been, even if we hadn't lost those first 2 battles that were pretty pivotal. Because, well, yeah, it would have been hard cleanup wise, because we probably would use SLKR to clean up that Lord Vader no matter what. And I don't know if a JML would have beaten this comp, to be honest. I guess there's no Darth Revan, so that helps, but still, it's not a fun match. So SLKR takes him down very easily, not hard. Gonna go ahead and try Pad Batch against Radis again. We had done this last match, and it ended very poorly for us, actually. The only bonus this time is this one has the damage immunity on there, so there's more debuffs for us to steal. And then on top of that, we actually did take a cron that had 20% potency to kind of offset the just ridiculous amounts of tenacity that Radis has. Radis has, I think, naturally like 130% or something like that. It's a very, very high number, so trying to take him out as much as we can. And again, we're landing a few exposes. The 20% that we got from whatchamacallit is very helpful. Them stunning and dazing Echo, though, is really bad. Luckily, we have a cleanse right at that time, so we're able to recover a little bit. Really wanted exposed to happen there. It didn't, which is very annoying, because once this Radis team has a stupid amount of recovery. 1 turn, and he's pretty much back up to full protection and almost full health. So again, just trying to get those exposes, trying to keep him from not only getting turns, but also, trying to actually do real damage. And as you can see, this is still just not going well. They keep getting back up higher and higher. Keep getting the days out, but we're more or less able to take control at some point. But this is getting really close again. He has 97% to his ultimate or whatever it is. Luckily, we're able to take him out right before that, and now it's a pretty easy win. With Radis gone, Jin's gonna fall over like nothing happened, and K2SO really isn't that big of an issue either. So we're able to take both of them down. That worked pretty well. We're gonna go ahead and take in our Nest now versus Shaak T. Very straightforward fight. I think we did misplay this just a little bit. I want to go after Arc first. Arc has the most single target damage on this team, so he's really the biggest threat. Shaak T is the buff facilitator, so we actually kind of want to leave her for last. Shaak does, I think, stealth Arc here in a second, which does make our targeting a little bit hard. As I said, Arc is really the one that we want to kill here, and we get very close. Yeah, Shaak stealths him, and then what I should have been doing here is actually should have been targeting Shaak instead of just killing off Echo, because once Echo's gone, Shaak is going to stealth their Arc every single turn, which is not good, because now we're forced to go after Shaak T, and if we kill her first, then we get into a really nasty match where Arc can just keep hitting us with big hit back to back. So do eventually take down Shaak. Actually, really not eventually, it was very quickly. And now we're into this 1v1 with Arc, where he is doing a decent amount of damage, but it's not enough, and we get our 54 there. I'm gonna go ahead and take our Genet Revan versus Qui-Gon Jinn. I believe we misplayed this one as well. So you do want to go immediately after Jedi Anakin. That is pretty important. You want to be able to take control of him, but at the same time, we need to be very careful here and be able to take out their Qui-Gon Jinn. Maybe we could have made this last layer for when Jedi Anakin was stunned. We proc Savior, and actually nobody else dies. So that was really nice. We go ahead and try to pump up Qui-Gon Jinn a little bit. And really what we're waiting for here right now is just for Cam not to one-shot Jolie, which even not critting him, he did like 500,000 damage or something. So, and then we end up losing this one. So that really does kind of stink. Just 20 banners we would have had otherwise. And yeah, Cam's gonna win that duo match right there. We do end up taking in our Mandalorians. We didn't put them with Maul, so we had kind of a free team left over. And they're not great, but they're a pretty decent team. Especially you make Bo-Katan immune to crits, and then the Cam keeps focusing her and just really can't do a whole lot, so we're able to do a lot of damage to him and take him out, which is very good. Gonna go ahead and take in our Hux now versus their JTR. Omicron really helps here. Without it, we would not have been able to just one-shot their BB-8 before they even took a turn, and now it just doesn't matter. We're gonna be able to get through them no matter what here. Take out Haldo next, and even we can go ahead and use our Lobster. So I still really like this team. It's not a world breaker, but it lets Hutz do things he couldn't before. So we're going to go ahead and take in our C now versus their JML. And this match is actually kind of sketchy, because the enemy JML has the really good Datacron. He has 25% turn meter. He has repost. And then on top of that, he even has the extra damage one. Not the bad extra damage one, the good extra damage one. So we have to be careful here. We have to put the tank tech on our C, because without that, we won't be able to link everyone up and get ult rather quickly. We go ahead and use the AoE just because we can. It doesn't really make a difference. And then we're actually able to get ult super quickly. And because of that, we can go ahead and annihilate their GMY. And now, I mean, this is pretty much fine. Neither of them have reposts, and even then they can't. It's hard for the both of them to do enough damage to actually get us down. And then we just kill Ayla via a basic, which is probably the right move there, because now they can't use repost at all, and our C kills their JML before he even gets there. So 51 banners, very good there. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up their Ray now that we left over, and this is kind of sad because this team that I'm using here with Shaak and Kyle Katarn, they could have beaten the Ray from the very beginning. So not only did we just throw 20 banners away, but we also threw Vader away. So yeah, this is really like the worst part of this entire match on our part. Definitely some misplays here, but yeah, like I said, we're able to get them in. And Kyle does a decent amount of damage when being called to assist, so we just keep calling in him, and then we win. So JML wins there, and we actually get the Ray team down for pretty bad banners. There's still a Maul team to deal with. At this point, I'm just kind of like, whatever, let's throw our troopers against it. This is really not super great, because the amount of defense that Maul is giving to hit the Mandalorians when they're taunting. So Dark struggles a little bit there. It really could benefit from a damage or an armor penetration prawn for him. Their Bam does get to his birds, which is a little disappointing, but luckily we still have enough left in the tank to be able to burn him down. Here in a second, though, we're actually, I don't know what Maul's AI did there. He just targeted all three characters at different times. But now we have Super Piet, which is very good. So we let the Fear take its control over Maul, and then we just one-shot him with Super Piet, who has a stupid amount of offense by this time. We still have to beat the Hux team, which is not, like, super preferred at all, but, you know, we'll get through it. Cam is still a monster here, so we'll be able to take him. And I want to kill the TIE pilot just because once he's gone, the bonuses are gone with him. Even if we're going to tick off Red, it's kind of okay. Now we're going to go ahead and take out Red. We don't really... Hux isn't that big of a deal just because this team doesn't rely too much on turn meter. And then once he's gone, I mean, even... I think Bastila could probably actually 1v1 Hux. He just doesn't do enough, and his AI is very bad, where he'll use his turn swap on himself and just throw the turn away. We're able to get as much as we can on ground. We can't beat that Lord Vader, so we're going to have to settle for the half wall against this guy. We go ahead and bring in our Separatists now versus Empire. Really solid counter. Not a whole lot they can really do against it, but that's fine. We're able to take out the TIE Bomber immediately, which is great, because now they can't get us with Burn. We don't have to deal with Shuttle and him at the same time. Able to bring in Spy immediately and just get rid of Vader. Nobody had days at the time, so we were able to get quite a few assists, even though there were no Buzz Droids. And now, yeah, we just have to take out these two. And this is, yeah, like I said, as long as you're able to kill them, I mean, this is the whole game. As long as you can kill them faster than they kill you, then you just win. And which is exactly what we do. We're able to get the bomber out again before Shuttle gets in, because now Shuttle is a really big pain when they have a lot of tanks out, because he makes them a lot harder to kill. If it's just an attacker, they'll go down fairly easily, which is exactly what happens here. So we're able to take everyone out, get the kill there, get that fleet down. We have to take out Executor, so we go ahead and I'm trying to learn what's the best burner fleet here. So I'm taking in pretty much all of my geared rebels that don't currently have a home, because Akbar uses a very specific lineup. And we actually finally nail the burner. We finally get the burner right after a long time of getting it wrong. Taking our actual rebels under Home 1, and they do some pretty good work here. So we're able to use the AoE there just to be able to get defense penetration, and then we do get an assist from Millennium Falcon on that hit. So once Xanadu Blood's out, this is exactly what we need to happen. We need to get a kill. Every single time they get a new ship out, we also need to get a kill. So Houndstooth does come out, and we kind of just need to focus on getting back over to IG there. He unfortunately was very close to dying and then just healed. We did get an assist there, which was very nice from Falcon, because we didn't have breach, so we're able to keep everything down. Don't get any assists there, so I mean, this is very, like, moderate RNG. Oh, the dodge didn't help. Yeah, that was actually very annoying. Finally do get a clutch assist, though. Probably not 50%, but I'll still take it. And now, again, we just have to keep taking them down so they never get the advantage on us. So we're able to get 2 ships down. They still don't have a reinforcement. We're getting close to getting through Razor Crest's first life there. We do go ahead and heal up. Actually, we just go ahead and go in for Razor Crest. If we can get a lucky assist here, which we do, and we're able to take them down. So again, this is perfect. Now they really don't ever get more than 2 ships at a time. They do get contract, which is not good for us, but at the same time, we've made so much progress that it's going to be hard to be able to beat us down. Even at this point, if we can't win here, this is very easily cleaned up by Radis. So yeah, still trying to work through Houndstooth there. I would like to be able to get access to the back, and we just go for ult because I still have Y-Wing in here, and I'm looking. Y-Wing is the most turn meter, so he's going to go first. And if we can get one of the shield disruptors to stick, which actually both of them stick, then this should be a very easy clean through Houndstooth, and then Slave One can't do a whole lot to begin with once Houndstooth is out of there. So you go ahead and just take him out. Luckily, they didn't have their ult next. Even if they did, it probably wouldn't matter. This is enough right here to be able to kill him. And then Cassian comes in and finishes the job there. Very nice of him. And now we have to beat the leftover rebels. So this opponent took Profundity on offense with all the good Profundity ships, and this is kind of what's left over. It's Abyssin, it's Biggs, it's Ravensclaw, whatever. And we just go right after Abyssin just to get him out. I've been told Ravensclaw is somewhat tanky, and Biggs is too. So I figured, let's just control the field. Let's start getting our kills in. And we're able to actually stun and control really well. And that's really what we do for the most of the match. We go more so for the stuns than we do for the kills with our silencer. And then we're able to get Echelon in. And by that point, I mean, that's pretty much game. There's not a lot they can do. We just pass turn meter around, one shot their Cassian. Yeah, it becomes very, very trivial by this point. We end up getting that down. And we do, unfortunately, take the loss here. It all is going to come down, it's all going to end up revolving around the fact that our original counter to Lord Vader didn't work. And I mean, we threw some garbage out to see what we could get down. And then also us screwing up Vader against Rey. So really, two things that were probably avoidable. I don't know if that would have given the win. I don't know if we hadn't made those specific misplays, if we would have actually gotten through this and been able to get into the back and do things. But our opponent struggled really hard too. Like, could not get dash down immediately. Had to two-shot, I think 1-2. I think several teams in the front and the back too. Yeah, so he had to use multiple teams across the board. I think he had to multi-shot, what is it, 5 or 6? Yeah, 5 teams. So he struggled a little bit, but ultimately our blunders in the front is really what cost us. So that is going to be it for today, guys. Thank you for watching, and as always, stay awesome.